Hey guys, it's Fadili here with a rough analysis of Man United's first game of the 22-23 Premier League season against Brighton. Now, a lot of expectations are on this Man United side considering how much of a great preseason they had under their new manager, Erik Ten Hag. However, this game did not meet the expectations of many Man United fans and the football fan base in general. And I'm just going to give a rough breakdown of what went down and highlight some of the problems. My main focus will be on Man United, but I won't forget to give credit to Brighton. They used Man United's weaknesses in this game and, took advantage of them. And without further ado, let's just get started. Now, Man United used the usual 4-2-3-1 formation that they've used the past couple of seasons. And the first problems I want to highlight is the roles of the players, particularly the McFred pivot and the false nine role given to Eriksen. And those who watch football should know by now that these two are not suited to be defensive midfielders. And Fred is actually a great example, considering how in the second half of last season, he was used higher up the pitch, and his tackling ability and his destroyer role-esque ability was very vital in the second half of the season. He even scored a couple of goals himself and made a few assists himself, and also considering Ten Hag used the high pressing system in Ajax. Personally myself, I thought he was going to implement those tactics, and I thought Fred would have done really well if he played in such a tactic. But however, this is not the case in this game. And also, Eriksen is not that much of an aggressive presser. And considering how much great composure he has, and of course his long ball playing ability and his awareness, I thought he would play a deeper role for the moment as Man United looked for the right defensive midfielder. And I just thought he would have played a deeper role, and that way he would express himself more, and I thought that way he would contribute to the squad. And without further ado, now let's just break down how the game went. So I'll start with the build-up, and as usual, the attackers go high, and so do the fullbacks. And McTominay kind of played like a free eight, slightly deeper than Bruno, and Fred dropped in between the center backs to provide support. And around the 8-minute here, De Gea had the ball, and now Brighton's attackers started to mount the pressure on Man United, and Lallana pressures Fred into giving the ball away once Fred receives the ball, and Trossard wins it, and the guys have to get back to their defensive positions, but luckily Fred was able to win the ball back and continue to play. But that is something that's been happening in the past couple of seasons at Man United, and that's something we really got to work on, because it has really costed them a number of seasons, and that is an area that needs a lot of work. And I'll also get to the attacking part. Now, Man United had great counterattacks. However, in the final third, they were quite wasteful, and this was due to lack of composure, lack of poor execution, poor timing of the execution, and poor decision making. And Bruno Fernandes, Eriksen, and Rashford are great examples, respectively. And they had moments when they were going to change the game, and however, it did not come to pass. And there's even a moment when Ronaldo was playing the second half, and assume like this is Ronaldo over here, and played the ball to Rashford here, and well, Sanchez saved it, but we could have expected a little more flair from Rashford in this situation. So now I'll get to the defensive part right now. Now, Man United had the structure. However, what costed them was their perception of the play. So I just put Trossard somewhere here, and you know, Welbeck was here, and Maguire's around here, and yeah, and then we got March over here. Now, so their perception is what really costed them, and you know, they were ball watching. The problem was ball watching, and Maguire did not track Welbeck's run. Rather, he was busy scanning March's movement, and as soon as Trossard plays the ball, now Welbeck gets the ball ready for the cutback, and now Martinez has to take care of him, and Maguire, sorry for the mix-up of numbers, and then Maguire and Shaw right here, and Lallana is actually in between them here, and now Shaw is kind of like isolated, because if Welbeck played the cutback, if Shaw stood with Gross over here, then Lallana would receive the cutback and finish, and as it happened, Shaw, you know, instead stuck with Lallana here, and you know, Welbeck plays a cutback and Gross finishes, and yeah, and there was so there was an isolation problem, but the major problem here was the perception, and you can also see that in the second goal. And I'll just use you know, not specific players, but the specific number of players that were here, and they had like the numerical advantage here, and let's say like Gross was here, and if I'm not wrong, I think Marsh was the one on the right flank at this time, and you know, as soon as March took the shot, De Gea saves the ball, and Fred was at fault this time, because he didn't track Gross's movement, and when Gross got the rebound, it finished. And yeah, so perception, scanning was a problem, and it's also a vital thing, not only in attack but also in defense as well. And so these are some of the problems that I saw in this game. And so yeah, and that's about it. And also, Man United fans should not expect too much in this season, because it's a rebuilding phase, and it's not an overnight thing, but rather it's, you know, it's a long-term project. And yeah, but however, you know, that does not mean we should not be pleased by this performance. And you know, there's a lot of work to be done when it comes to scouting, you know, transfers, you know, every aspect of the team, the defensive aspect, the defense, the midfield, the attack, all need improvements. And yeah, and I'll also not forget to you know, credit Caicedo, because the first goal, you know, he played a vital part, and him along with Gross were able to, you know, win the ball from, sorry about that, McTominay, and with Caicedo's tackling ability, he won the ball, played it to Trossard, and you know, Trossard gives it to Welbeck. Welbeck does a cutback, and Gross scores. And Welbeck's movements, he was there, you know, just making wide runs, opening up space for, you know, you know, others to, or even closing them for others to receive the ball, you know, in the attacking situations. And yeah, so I did not cover everything, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, and if there's anything else that you might have seen that I may have not mentioned, please share on the comments. And yep, and I'll see you guys in the next video.